Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today I am looking at dragons in Standard. Yes, you heard that right, dragons in Standard. So, the reason that I got this idea is watching somebody, an unknown streamer, Crokies, playing JUND dragons in Alchemy recently, and I don't really like dragons in Alchemy. I did do a dragons in Alchemy deck myself. I released one about Darigars, but the problem with them in Alchemy is that Alchemy is a fast format and there's lots and lots of combos floating around. And playing big creatures quickly doesn't actually win you games in Alchemy. You just get drowned out by combos and other different things going on there. However, I wanted to see if I can make it work in Standard, and I've come up with an idea, so let's see if we can get it to work. The idea of this deck is to play Moonveil Regent, which is this card here. So it's a 4-costing 4/4 dragon with flying. It's been around for ages now, but just to refresh your memory, when you cast a spell you may discard your hand. If you do, draw a card for each of that spell's colours. And then when it dies, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of colours among permanents you control. This pairs extremely nicely with Ziatora the Incinerator, which is a 6-costing legendary demon dragon, 6/6 flying, which lets us sacrifice another creature and deal that creature's power to any target and create 3 treasure tokens. The reason being that we can attack with Moonveil Regent for 4 damage, then fling it at them for 4 damage, and then deal 3 more damage because Ziatora is 3 colours based on the Moonveil Regent's death trigger. So if we can attack, fling, and then deal the death damage, we are doing 11 damage just with this combo alone, and that's if we don't do anything else. The way that we want to assemble this combo is to use Rivaz of the Claw, which is the new Dominaria dragon. I wouldn't say dork, because it's actually quite a powerful card, but it's a 3-costing 3/3 menace. It has tap, add 2 mana in any colour combination. Spend this to cast only dragon creature spells. Fine, we've got lots of dragons. Once during each of your turns you may cast a dragon from your graveyard, but if it dies again you have to exile it. So this can let us cast, so if we play this on turn 3, drop another land, we could play a 6-cost dragon on turn 4, i.e. Ziatora. That is the top end of this deck. So we can get to our top end by turn 4 if we rush all the way there. Otherwise we can go through other dragons that we have in the deck. We have 3 of Kura the Boundless Sky. So this is something that I've overlooked quite a lot in the past. It's a 5-costing 4/4 flying with Death Touch. The reason I've overlooked it really is 4/4 for 5, even with flying, is the rubbish stat line, and Death Touch doesn't add a lot if you're flying. There's not loads of huge chunky flyers you want to get through, but the reason that we're playing it in this deck is obviously our plan is to fling the dragons at the opponent's face. This one does quite a good dies trigger, and it's also got a bit of board wipe protection because it has the create an XX green spirit creature token where X is the number of lands you control when it dies. When we fling it, we then get another big creature left over to fling again the following turn, or to just be a blocker once we don't have this anymore. So I kind of like it in a pairing with Ziatora. Similarly, we're running 3 of Atsushi, the Blazing Sky. This is slightly more used. You see it turn up in the odd red mid-rangey aggro decks. It's a 4-costing 4/4 Dragon Spirit from the same cycle with Flying and Trample. Flying Trample is a much nicer word combination than Flying Death Touch. And it has, when it dies, exile the top 2, and then you can play them until the end of your next turn, or create 3 treasure tokens. So this can ramp us if we're struggling for land, or it can draw us more cards. So it kind of works both for ramping and for when you've already got loads of mana. So quite like this one being dead. 1 Junji. The reason I'm running 1 Junji, which is actually normally sort of one of the better dragon spirits, is that its second ability of put target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. I mean, it's to stop it cycling itself in and out of graveyards, but it's actually annoying in this dragon tribal deck because we can't bring back most of our own big decent creatures. So most of the time we'll be using this to make the opponent discard 2. We're running 1 Cruelty of Gix to help get back all of these nice dragons and assemble our pieces. It can be particularly nice when we just fling one of our dragons at the opponent to be able to get it straight back from the graveyard and do it all again. It can search our library to find us the pieces we need, and obviously it has some disruption if we choose to use that chapter. 2 Unleash the Inferno, because there's all sorts of enchantments going around at the moment, and being able to pick off a Bank Buster is always nice. 1 Sheoldred, because it's a great card. 2 Liliana for some earlier removal and disruption of the opponent. 2 of the Dragon-Kami Reborn. So this isn't a commonly used saga that does First two chapters are, you gain 2 life, look at the top 3 cards of your library, exile one of them face down with a hatchling counter on it, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So the idea is that we need to hit creatures with the top 3 cards of our library. We are currently running 22 creatures, so just over a third of our deck is creatures. So if we draw 3 cards, or look at 3 cards, sorry, we should be able to find at least a creature in those. Ideally. We do get to do that twice, and then whenever the Dragon-Kami's egg or dragon you control dies, you may cast a creature spell from among the cards you own in exile with hatchling counters on them without paying its mana cost. So the idea here being that if you just find one creature, you can just sack the egg or block with the egg and get the creature from inside of it. However, if you, on both the first 2 chapters, you find a dragon, i.e. you find 2 creatures in the first 6 cards that you look at, you can actually kill a dragon first and then kill the egg, and then you get 2 free dragons. So it's basically a way of getting free dragons. 3 Infernal Grasps, 2 Dread Fugues. Dread Fugue's here to get us through the early game. The nice thing that I like about Dread Fugue, sort of proactive removal rather than like reactive removal like Infernal Grasp, is that we can choose what we want to get rid of out of the opponent's hand. It could be a counter spell, it could be some other disruption. This is particularly nice against, for example, mono blue. Half of their deck will be negates and such effects, and half of it will be like essence scatters. We care about the essence scatters, we don't really care about negates, so we can take the card that we don't want to see there. Also, Dread Fugue has use later on for getting rid of things like Farewell out of people's hands. Can always be a nice find. And then the reason I've got 3 Bloodtithe Harvester, I talk a little bit about one of the games. I didn't start with this in the deck, but the reason this is there is because it's a decent 2-drop multicoloured creature that fits in our colours. It's nice to have a little bit of extra optional removal for when we need it, but also if you draw this later and you have a Moonveil Regent out, this turns into a draw 2 cards for 2, which is very nice. So that's the reason that we're running the Harvester. That is the deck. It is a bit of a wild deck. It's going to be great against certain colour matchups, and it's going to suck against others, to be honest. Playing against things that have heavy control or ways to disrupt our creature strategy, this is going to struggle against, but all creature, decks struggle a bit. The idea is we go fast and furious and we try and beat most of them down before they know what's happening. Let's give it a go. Alright, let's go again. Right, looks half decent. I don't think we need cut down on turn 1, so we'll play this, get it out of the way. Might make us keep our Sokenzan. Don't make me regret not keeping cut down open. Classic. Oh well, we've got Grasp now anyway. I'll cut down these curtains. Although it's tempting to wait and see if they try and transform them. I think we won't. Nothing. Atsushi. Obviously they could kill. I think we'll take the treasure tokens at this stage. So they don't even get anything out of their Sheoldred. I'll play this on 1, I think. Is there anything for them to get back with this? There is. But Liliana is probably harder for us to deal with overall. At least we have an answer for the Paragon. Do we take our Ziatora now? Could take a Regent because of some hand refill. Yeah, let's take Ziatora. kill this before they get a chance to play anything with it. They could do their curtains and we lose the Ziatora, but it's not the end of the world. We'll draw something else. And we're going to put a creature onto the battlefield anyway. Just save us paying for it. But yes, we'll take a Sheoldred, shall we? Throw this at the curtains or the ledger. The curtains. We don't want to throw it. We don't want that faking our Kura, and I don't want a menacing 3/4 to be honest. Haha, Regent. Nice. Easy victory. Let's try again. Alright. I've managed to win at least one with dragons. It's not the nicest opener, but we've got our Dragon-Kami, which I'm keen to try out, so that's good. Opponent being a little bit slow as well. Not just a little bit slow. Cool. Must be a life gain deck, is it? Or they just don't have the lands. Real artifact, instant, or sorcery. Not a great choice for you there. Sorry. No creature there. Maybe I need to up my creature count. Silver Fur Master. No creature there. This is probably not... I've not got enough creatures to run this card, have I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 11... 14, 18, 20. Guess we block this one instead. Lower the power of the other ones. Connives. Don't see Body Launderer very often. We've got nothing under the egg, but the opponent doesn't know that, I suppose. Get rid of the Wandering Emperor, I think. Time to get on the offensive. Look, it's going to stop them attacking with their Body Launderer. That's funny. So this is a rogue's deck, is it? Okay. What do we want? Do we just want to cut down, maybe? I think so. Let's swing with this, and we'll get rid of their Launderer now. The Connives might be actually something that they can win with. Brings back the Silver Fur Master, yep. Nothing more to reveal yet, I'm afraid. Suppose we'll be taking a Launderer. I mean, we don't really want to be making anything discard, but similarly, this egg is doing nothing. Guess we can make them discard their Liliana now for our Takenuma. Swing with that. I don't think I would block there, but I guess they can't attack through Ziatora anyway. Ooh. Do I have anything with a lower? No, but if I wait a turn, I will do. We can keep this. We'll try. It's almost like giving me ideas for a deck, which is bad, isn't it? I'm trying to think about playing this Body Launderer myself in the Dragons deck. No. Anyway. That was another victory, but against another weird deck. I want to play against something a bit more meta. I'm just going to adjust my creature count as well, just at the end of this game, because I've not quite got the creature count right at the moment. Blah blah blah, yeah. Let's just have a quick look in here, because creatures, we've got 18. I do want to try playing this, but I think we need a few more creatures. So what I suggest we do is we get rid of all these. We use the Dragon War to deal with that, and then we look for maybe a 2-drop creature. Show me what we got. Anything that actually helps? No. That could be interesting, because it's a decent blocker, and if we get it off the egg, we can have it enter and buy some zombies. It's got over 2 health as well, which is good. I mean, this could be pretty nice as well. But then getting it out of the Dragon-Kami doesn't seem that helpful, does it? Harvester is obviously a possibility. Could do something in the later game. Let's go with this. We'll try like that. Alright. Let's see if that slight tweak makes us more likely to hit off the egg or not. We might need even more. We might need like 25 creatures, but I'm not sure. As long as we get one more land. I mean, we're running, what, 26? We should get one right. Let's see. Maybe I should have gone for a multicolored creature so that Regent triggers. Harvester maybe. Doesn't have that much synergy with the rest of the deck, but okay, lots of choice. Get rid of the sleeper. Cut down doesn't do anything against us. Well, got our grasp. Get rid of that. No land, of course. This is frustrating. Now if I get a black, I'll have to use Liliana because of this. Nothing. Come on. on, this is bullshit. Give me a land. Alright, that was a swift loss. Haven't actually played a real game with this deck yet. Let's try again. Alright. Phyrexian Hulk, are you going to be my true real opponent? We shall see. 2 land again, Snapkeep. Can't happen to me twice, can it? Let's see. Interesting mono red setup going on here. I think we get rid of that. We don't care that much about Synthesizer in their current hand. There's one turn without it. More turns without the land. Great. Get rid of that. We can dig for it, I suppose. Let's dig for it. There we go. Land and then play Synthesizer. And not punished. Of course you just got that. Get rid of that. Will we get a land? Yes. This will cost 2 life, but fuck it. We've done most of this damage to ourselves with these lands, to be honest. And now you do have a land in hand, just did the other order this time. Fine. We'll just have to be patient this game because don't want to get too low against mono red. Got a couple of pretty decent blockers against red though. I mean they are red, but they're good against red too. Okay. Just to be noted for all my dies triggers. Tempting, but I think we'll have to hold on. Probably sacrifice the chick, but at least there's one less thing to deal with.
One of your friends has to leave.
Probably swing now, I think. I'm aware they can give this double strike, but then they just kill Atsushi, which is actually good for us. And there's a chance next turn we can empty our hand, so... Ooh. That's actually quite nasty. Because that means one of them definitely goes through, so they could just twin Inferno whatever goes through. But they care about Liliana for some reason. I wouldn't care that much if I were you.
Fine. I know
But they don't know that we've got another one, in fairness. Okay, we can empty our whole hand out now, which is nice. GG. I think that person just had a beef with Liliana, but we won. Next game. We've got 2 lands again, and they're both tap lands. But I just can't resist. Hand Smoother must give you 2 land hands for a reason, right? Do I ever learn my lesson? No, I do not. We're against zombies, so surely we can be behind in lands and still be okay. We've got a blood for next turn if we still don't draw one. Oh, we'll definitely be killing one of them with our harvester. Oh no, we won't. We definitely won't be. Alright. Liliana can get rid of one for us.
Enough with the mysteries. Haven't you ever
Didn't want to get rid of this bigger one.
space?
The hobbling zombie.
With friends.
Don't know if we've got two. We haven't got any of the red or green. We've got green, sorry. No red. For Atsushi. Never know, we might find a destroy spell. Nope. Let's go with Kura. Even if they remove it, we can get a 5/5. They did remove it. Oh. I guess I shouldn't keep any more 2-land hands. Lesson learned. Okay, I reckon we're going to get at least 3 lands in our opening hand this time. There we go. Can't make excuses based on lands this time. Could make excuses based on the fact that I haven't got any cheap spells in the deck. Only 8, and we don't get them. But that's okay. That's okay if you're on the play, not really okay if you're on the draw, but never mind. Ding ding ding. What are we against? What do we think? Gruul? Werewolves? Is it? Couldn't have been further from the truth. Okay, let's try and resolve a Liliana. We'll definitely start making everyone discard.
My home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
I think it works in our favour. So it's Izzet plus Esper, which doesn't really make any sense.
Fine. I'll
Oh.
take my zombies and leave.
4 colours. We'll try getting one of our Moonveil Regents down. Thankfully we have a backup, so this lets me put a non-dragon onto the battlefield, which, yeah, there aren't any, so although it does make us can be a discard trigger, so that's also pretty good. Emperor.
Finally, I'm home.
One of our Banes. This is just 5 colours, isn't it? I guess. I've got all the colours now. There could be a leyline thingy coming then, leyline binding coming for us. This could be quite nice so we can see what's coming. We'll see what's coming. Am I allowed? Please. Please. That'd be good. I don't want to do that, but I do want to look at your hand. Even if there's no creatures or planeswalkers in there, I still want to look. Yeah, another cheeky one of those in there, eh? So much exile in this deck. It's just like 5-color exile.
Until next time, then.
The Celestus. What do we search for? Is the question. Elder Dragon War? They have a farewell, so I guess we could Dread Fugue it. Decline. What we don't want is any farewells. I don't think we want to trade 4 life for 4 life at this moment. If only we had Dragon's Fire in this standard. It's annoying that that was part of a previous set. I mean, bringing out Rivaz, well, it's basically like an alchemy plug, an alchemy foreshadow. Because it's got the Daragars in alchemy, which, yeah, don't exist here. But alchemy is just a bit too fast and furious for dragons, in my opinion. That's why I'm trying it in standard instead. Alright, we'll take this now. Or do we just put Ziatora? No, I think we do want to do this. If we can stop taking any damage at all, that will be nice. So if we play Ziatora and fling Moonveil, it's worth 7 damage. Because the Ziatora's got 3 colours in it. And it deals X damage to any target where X is the number of colours, so that could be handy. Opponent's got 4 mana. We've already gone through 2 Wandering Emperors, so hopefully they've not got another one in the top 16. Doesn't feel like it. Discard any number. It's not bad actually. There are no creatures for us to get. Let's get rid of Junji as well, shall we? So let's just do this as a cheap Dread Fugue, because we know we're at least getting a bolt, so it can just help me see if I'm running into any Wandering Emperors. Make disappear. Even worse. Then we'll take action here and we'll draw 3. Replace our Moonveil. Then we might as well sacrifice it, we've got another one. To do 7. If we're allowed. There we go. Opponent could pick a farewell off the top or something, but we've got some backup stuff in our hand now. Bye bye Flame Blessed Bolt. We've got the Cruelty of Gix again, so we can look back in their hand if we want. I think all the hand knowledge is actually one of the quite nice things about this deck. I'm quite enjoying the Dread Fugues. Only got 5 mana now, but presumably one of these is a land. Yeah, so they could still have farewell. There's no actual synergy between this card and our dragons, right? We don't actually have anything that does something for dragons. Oh, we do. The Dragon-Kami Reborn is the only sort of dragon-worded spell that isn't a dragon. Just thinking why we're bothering playing this for 4/4, but... You got something? You got a Memory Deluge. Okay. GG. We're winning, but I think that might just be because we're paired against rubbish at the moment, to be honest. Let's see if we can win anything else. So, I just managed to play 2 games off camera. One was about a 25-minute game against a Gandalfing player who was playing Esper and they had no real win conditions. It was just like farewell after depopulate. So we just basically managed to eventually come through with the Moonveil Regent. And the second game was a really good game against Mono Blue, but I accidentally turned off all my sound for that game, so I can't include that one either. So we've got 2 more wins under our belt with this deck, so I'm sure I'm due a loss now for this video, but yeah, let's see. As you'll see, I also have included one Ziatora's Envoy. I've also included one Sheoldred, and I removed the 2 of the 4-costing Dragon Saga because I don't think that the synergy is there. It's not supported really for this deck, so unfortunately I have to take 2 damage to play the Harvester, but we need it down for in case there are nasty enchantment creatures coming. And then hopefully we can get a nice Dragon-Kami Reborn down and actually get some value from it. Like this type of nasty enchantment creature is the one I'm talking about. Sadly, we will take that. And let's kill this off. And although this could be good against the enchantment deck, I don't want to keep taking damage, so we'll put an Atsushi under this. We are now running a higher percentage of creatures, so this blanking should be very rare. They have to use that to find a land because they missed land, I think. So yeah, let's see what comes now. This is also something to be removed, really. We'll put the Rivaz there. I think we will play this one for now. It's the one I care least about, although it gives us the biggest damage. I think they're going to have some removal. It's enchantments, so let them deal with this. Obviously their removal will be exile, probably, but c'est la vie. I think enchantments will be a difficult matchup for us, but you never know. Yeah, there's one exile. I I don't have a way of killing my egg very easily, unfortunately. I mean, we do if we draw a Ziatora, but opponent going to draw from the wedding announcement. It's unfortunate. Put the Regent down. Give them something else to deal with. Maybe they'll let us. Maybe they'll kill off the egg. More borrowed time. Just a Hallowed Haunting for now, which is also very worrying. A Reign of Truth. Do you know, I think we'll block with this, because we get to then pop the Kami egg for something. Kill off this visitor. Should we take a Rivaz? Yeah, why not? We can then play that back from the graveyard if we want. I'll load new more cards. We can block with the egg this time if they do a similar thing. Get an Atsushi. Borrowed time for the Regent probably. We have got another one. Oh yeah, everything flying. That's GG. So we lose to enchantments. They're taking their time to realise it, but we do. I guess for that matchup we need the 4-costing burn spell. Maybe I'll see if I can squeeze one in. Next game. This actually looks pretty good, kind of as the deck's intended to go. Rivaz into some big dragons. Ascendant Pack Leader. Ooh, Dragon-Kami Reborn as well. Okay, werewolves. Don't know if they'll have removal for this or not. We'll see. No. So, let's get Kura down next. Which we don't mind if they remove. Pack Viper, it's an interesting one. Some big werewolves coming. Let's get Ziatora. Hit them for 4, and we'll fling it at them. Should we fling it at the Piper maybe? Probably. Just in case there's a Huntmaster or something worse in their hand. They've not got great attacks, no. We've got plenty of stuff to play with. So, get Kura back. Let's swing with this thing. So we've got 1, 2, 7, we've got 10. Alright, that's that dealt with. So we could do... Let's get Kura back. And I think let's play Junji as well. And then we'll sack this and make them discard too. We'll kill this. That leaves them in a pretty bad place. That is just too big, too fast, isn't it? Statistics. I hear you cry. Well, here you go. I've only played 12 games with the deck, all in Mythic, and at the moment we are at a 58% win rate. I mean, that isn't amazing, but it is also not awful. I mean, I would say we have been slowly improving this deck, and it has the potential to be half decent. I don't think it's ever going to be tier 1, but it has the potential to be a little tier 2 deck. I think we need to tweak what we're doing with our early game mana sources. I think I need to play around a little bit with how we are countering the meta with which bits, and which of our, our dragon selection could probably also be improved. Whether we should try and run 4 colours and get in AOs, which are very popular at the moment, or we should not bother. I don't know. AO, I was thinking the AO plus the green one could be really nice. The problem with AO obviously is that we're running Rivaz, which is black and red, so we would end up then being Mardu and not being able to run green. So yeah, that could be difficult trying to include that dragon, but there are nice mana bases out there at the moment, and we could start running something like Secluded Courtyard, which I haven't been running due to the multicolour instants and sorceries like Unleash the Inferno, but we could, and it could be a better option because it does help pull more dragons for us to fling with our Ziatora. But the idea of Rivaz into Ziatora does seem to actually be pretty nice. It does seem to be pretty effective at beating things down quickly. That last game against Werewolves, for example, was pretty satisfying. I think in general mono black will be something we struggle against because they have very good points in click dragon removal. Things like Grasp into Liliana into Invoke Despair is a sort of run out that we're going to struggle against, but I think a lot of decks would, a lot of creature based decks anyway. And if you've got any ideas on what I can do to improve this deck, or if you've played anything similar, I would love to see it, because I haven't really seen anyone else trying to do dragons in standard, and there could be a reason for that. But I've had good fun with it anyway, and I hope you guys could too. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like the video, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.